Welcome to Europe 2026. For years, we've been told the same comforting story. They're not just coming here, they're our future doctors and engineers. Highly skilled, ready to contribute, enriching our societies one arrival at a time. Well, and today we're giving them the stage. 20 masterclasses. Straight from the streets. No tuition fees required, because diversity is our strength, right? Let's meet the professionals. Oh, look. Another batch of those highly sought-after doctors and engineers we've all been hearing about has arrived to grace Europe with their expertise. Here we see one brilliant migrant physician demonstrating an innovative new street-level surgical technique, delivering a swift, unanesthetized, open-hand procedure directly to a local woman's face. Truly groundbreaking stuff. Clearly the product of years of rigorous medical training. Meanwhile, the surrounding locals, obviously lacking proper appreciation for such advanced healthcare interventions, rush in to provide unsolicited peer review in the form of what appears to be an impromptu community feedback session. What a shining example of how these top-tier professionals are immediately contributing to society. One creative public consultation at a time. Behold the arrival of Europe's most talented imports. Doctors, engineers, rocket scientists, neurosurgeons, quantum physicists, and Michelin-starred chefs, all ready to elevate Irish society to new heights.
In Cork City. And the man we're looking to identify is here in the center of the screen, wearing a green and black...
In this masterclass clip from Cork, watch as one such elite professional, clearly a world-renowned neurosurgeon specializing in spontaneous cranial adjustments, applies his cutting-edge, hands-free technique to an unsuspecting local woman, delivering a precise and unrequested head-level intervention right on the pavement. No anesthesia, no consent forms, just pure innovative brilliance in motion. Nearby pedestrians, obviously untrained in appreciating such advanced medical artistry, respond with what can only be described as jealous sabotage, rushing over to interrupt the procedure before it could reach its full therapeutic potential.
And hits a woman in the head, knocking her unconscious. And he quickly made his way along Oliver Plunkett Street and away from the scene, and the victim was left with a...
Truly inspiring to see these top-tier global talents hitting the ground running, or rather, knocking people to the ground.
And hits a woman in the head, knocking her unconscious. And he quickly made his way along Oliver Plunkett Street and away from the scene, and the victim was left with a broken orbital bone on her right eye socket.
It's a shocking moment of violence there, Greg. What more can you tell us about that man?
Yeah, he's believed to be in his late 20s to mid 30s and around 5'8" in height. And he had a stocky build and dark hair and beard, and as I said, he was wearing that green and black North Face jacket. So that's all.
And immediately making their mark, one random public consultation at a time. Marvel at the seamless integration of Europe's brightest minds, renowned surgeons, aerospace engineers, Nobel laureate physicists, celebrity chefs, international bankers, and award-winning concert pianists, finally enriching Italian streets with their unparalleled expertise. In this Florence footage, witness one such distinguished professional, undoubtedly a world-class geriatric specialist and street performance artist, conducting an impromptu and high-impact elderly wellness check on a 91-year-old local gentleman. With masterful precision, he executes a rapid, no-appointment-needed takedown maneuver, clearly a fusion of advanced physiotherapy and dynamic urban choreography, ensuring the senior receives immediate hands-on attention right there on the historic pavement.
Well done, uncle. Oh. Right. Right.
The victim's apparent lack of enthusiasm only highlights how ungrateful some locals can be toward these elite global contributors. Who are clearly just trying to apply their elite training in real-world scenarios. One spontaneous public demonstration of skill at a time. Europe's finest minds, top surgeons, rocket engineers, Nobel physicists, gourmet chefs, and hedge fund wizards continue to dazzle.
Esta que ven es la última agresión a una anciana en el portal de su casa. El individuo forcejea con la mujer para intentar robarle, le propina un codazo y ella cae al suelo quedando inconsciente. Otro caso parecido fue el de estas dos ancianas en Bilbao atacadas también en un portal.
Watch this brilliant migrant specialist, clearly a world-class geriatric financial advisor, deliver a lightning-fast, no-appointment asset optimization session to an elderly Spanish woman on the street. Swift, a hands-on portfolio, rebalancing with zero paperwork.
Atacadas también en un portal. Fíjense cómo el ladrón arranca un collar del cuello de una de las mayores y cómo ambas intentan defenderse sin éxito del agresor. Y otro caso más en Algeciras, vean cómo esta mujer es salvajemente atacada por este individuo que después de propiciarle una brutal paliza acaba robándole el bolso. Al menos en este caso el agresor fue detenido.
Her startled reaction just proves how unprepared some locals are for such premium, borderless expertise in action. Feast your eyes on the next wave of Europe's intellectual elite. Visionary neuroscientists, avant-garde choreographers, Michelin-level molecular gastronomists, blockchain pioneers, and Olympic fencing coaches, gracefully elevating everyday transit. At this Dublin Luas Station Masterclass, watch these prodigious talents stage an electrifying, high-stakes workshop in experimental conflict choreography and precision blade therapy. With flawless synchronization and raw creative energy, they explore boundary-pushing techniques in close-quarters dynamic resolution, pure unfiltered innovation delivered platform-side. The intensity is simply breathtaking, proof positive that these extraordinary imports are already redefining public engagement, one daring performance piece at a time. And in this unfiltered street capture, one of Europe's newest arrivals, clearly a gifted avant-garde choreographer and high-stakes performance artist, delivers an intense, no-holds-barred demonstration of kinetic improvisation and raw physical expression.
You stupid little cunt! Don't ever come out here where there's fucking kids playing again! Go into your house before I kill you in this place, yeah? I'll kill you stone dead. Go into your house now before I kill you. Go into your house. My fucking kid is being around here, yeah? Go into your house before I kill you stone dead, yeah? You stupid little cunt. Don't ever come out here where there's fucking kids playing again. Or I'll kill you stone dead, yeah? There's fucking kids around. Don't be bringing knives out here. This is not fucking your country. Don't fucking do it. Or you'll be killed.
The bold, unrehearsed energy exploding across the pavement shows exactly why these exceptional imports are already turning ordinary corners into live stages for boundary-pushing creativity. In this captivating late-night footage, captured outside a bustling supermarket, a talented ensemble of Europe's most eagerly awaited new arrivals, clearly seasoned street performers, passionate group facilitators, and masters of spontaneous physical dialogue, launch into an electrifying, no-holds-barred workshop. Hair-pulling, wild swings, and relentless energy flow freely as they demonstrate advanced techniques in close-quarters choreography and multi-person expressive confrontation. The dedicated intervention of a single local, trying to restore calm, only highlights how unprepared some communities are for such raw, Unfiltered artistic intensity unfolding right on their doorstep. One truly immersive session that leaves a lasting impression. Observe one of these highly capable newcomers showcasing textbook urban self-defense mastery on a young local man. Swift strikes delivered with the confidence of someone who is clearly trained extensively in high-pressure scenarios. Just as the demonstration reaches its peak, a group of untrained bystanders rushes in, clumsily attempting to disrupt the lesson with their amateur counter-tactics, apparently unable to appreciate the superior skill and precision on full display in this impromptu street tutorial.
Oh my God!
Hold on, make it sorry.
I'm dead! I'm sorry! Say sorry! Say sorry! I'm sorry! Say sorry! Knock the camera aside! Knock the camera aside! Knock the camera aside! Say knock the camera aside! Say knock the camera aside! Say knock the camera aside! No! Say knock the camera aside!
No! It's the witch cat, the witch cat, the witch cat.
Say the witch cat, the witch cat! Witch cat aside! Oh, witch cat!
It's a perfect example of how these elite talents bring innovative methods to everyday interactions, only to be met with misguided interference from the uninitiated crowd. A dynamic crew of creative visionaries and high-energy choreographers takes center stage in Calais, transforming a tense border zone into an explosive live installation.
Are being set on fire, then it's a very hard argument to say that the police are the problem. You know, for me, this is common sense when we see this sort of footage. And I'm sorry, these do-gooder charities need to get out of the way in this.
Projectiles fly with theatrical flair as they engage authority figures in a bold, improvised spectacle of defiance and movement. Each action dripping with the kind of fearless commitment that turns ordinary streets into arenas for cutting-edge public expression and boundary-testing performance.
Are being set on fire, then it's a very hard argument to say that the police are the problem. You know, for me, this is common sense when we see this sort of footage. And I'm sorry, these do-gooder charities need to get out of the way in this situation, because we can see that was, I think that was actually quite a wake-up call there, to just see how ruthless, how violent and how criminal these smuggling gangs are. And I actually hope that the French do deploy their army. I actually hope if our police were being treated in this way on our beaches and weren't able to cope, that we would do everything, including deploying our army, to protect our police. That's point number one. But point number two, this really, really drives home how important it is that we solve this problem and that this violence doesn't carry on. I mean, I think you know, I don't want this violence in our country, but I also don't want that violence in France either. Those are French police. And for me, the gimmicks have got to stop. You know, Starmer said, oh, I'm going to smash the gangs. Then he came in and he talked about, obviously I've gone on about Rwanda enough. He said, oh, he was going to do it in Albania. The Albanian Prime Minister said, no, you're not, as in start an offshore processing centre. That turned out to be a gimmick. And now he's going to smash the engines. We've had one in, one out. Don't forget one in, one out. One in, one out. 41,000 in. Only 281 out. The gimmicks have got to stop. This is really serious. We've got to get a grip.
This unscripted display exemplifies the fresh perspectives these imports offer, injecting vitality into otherwise routine encounters and challenging norms in the most dramatic fashion possible. These exceptionally athletic young imports convert a busy public roadway into their personal extreme sports gymnasium, executing weapon-enhanced agility sequences, synchronized team maneuvers, and fearless close combat choreography. The sheer dedication to pushing physical limits in broad daylight without safety gear or permits, serves as a powerful reminder of the raw talent and uninhibited creativity these newcomers bring to everyday urban environments. It's an exhilarating blend of sport and spectacle that captivates passersby, proving just how seamlessly these professionals integrate their unique skills into local settings with unyielding enthusiasm. One particularly proactive arrival wastes no time integrating into Spanish society, launching surprise, high-velocity personal engagement initiatives on random passers-by with remarkable directness and speed. Each encounter is executed with the efficiency of a true professional who understands the value of immediate, hands-on community interaction. No small talk, no hesitation, just pure, unscripted impact delivered straight to the target. This approach highlights the innovative outreach strategies these talents employ, turning mundane walks into opportunities for profound, if unsolicited, cultural exchange and personal growth. In a stroke of avant-garde genius, this inventive soul stages a multi-act street performance, beginning with a vulnerable, attention-grabbing pose sprawled across the asphalt, then pivoting into an explosive full-contact interaction with a well-meaning local woman who stops to assist. The finale, a lightning-fast vehicle appropriation, completes what can only be described as a daring, site-specific artwork exploring themes of trust, surprise, and rapid resource reallocation. It's a masterful narrative arc that demonstrates the depth of creativity these arrivals possess, captivating audiences in unexpected ways. Fresh from a daring maritime venture that didn't quite go to plan, these energetic performers pour onto quiet residential streets for an extended, yet unscripted encore filled with crowd coordination, rapid movement, and spirited exchanges with pursuing authorities.
Across the channel in small boats.
Yeah, it's a stark illustration, I think, of how the people smuggling gangs and these illegal migrants are just operating with impunity in French coastal towns. The first video we want to show you is just the most extraordinary imagery of migrants carrying these small boats through a residential.
Transition from sea to sidewalk is seamless, turning sleepy neighborhoods into vibrant stages for high-adrenaline public theater. This chaotic yet coordinated display underscores the adaptability and resilience of these imports.
This next piece of imagery here, that's looking out on a boat that just launched at the weekend when 2,000 plus migrants crossed. And what do we see? That distinctive go faster red stripe down the side of that boat, showing definitive proof that the boats being manufactured and assembled in Turkey from this new supplier are now in operation in northern France.
So we know where the factories are. Why don't the police, the gangs at which the government...
Who effortlessly adapt their talents to new terrains and create memorable spectacles wherever they land. Disembarking from inflatable vessels with theatrical timing, this group of adventurous newcomers immediately infuses the beachfront streets with chaotic vitality, running, shouting, and claiming space in a manner that transforms a tranquil shoreline into an instant, high-energy public happening.
Dinghies and boats full of undocumented migrants arriving from Libya.
Since the beginning of last year, nearly 40,000 people had entered Greece illegally by the end of October.
Terrible disaster at sea, a fishing boat sinking with hundreds on board, hundreds of migrants missing.
This is Crete, one of Europe's most visited holiday islands. But in 2025 alone, over 20,000 illegal migrants arrived here by boat. Not over an official border, but on the beaches built for tourism. While millions fly in each year for sun and history, thousands arrive by sea, quietly, relentlessly, in the shadow of Crete.
Their enthusiastic landing routine sets the tone for what promises to be a very active contribution to local street life. It's a vivid illustration of how these dynamic individuals bring fresh energy and unpredictability.
Throughout history, and still today, it is sort of the center of gravity here in Crete. If we're talking about the southern point or the southern border of Europe, Iraklio is certainly one of, if not the most important cities in the south, in the very, very south of Europe.
Enriching coastal communities with their bold, immediate presence and unapologetic flair. Under cover of darkness, these passionate demonstrators orchestrate a dazzling nighttime production, complete with pyrotechnic accents, projectile artistry, and widespread property interaction. Each element carefully chosen to ensure maximum visibility and emotional impact across the entire neighborhood. The flames and chaos blend into a symphony of expression that commands attention from afar. This elaborate show reveals the profound artistic depth these performers hold.
ওয়েস্ট বেঙ্গল আর মুসলিম বাঙালি মুসলিম দেখলে বলছে বাংলাদেশি বলে মারছে আমি পাসপোর্ট দেখাইছি পাসপোর্ট ছুটি
Using fire and motion to communicate messages that resonate deeply in the local context. What begins as a routine rally quickly evolves into a sophisticated, large-scale street ballet of synchronized advances, retreats, and dynamic confrontations with security personnel, showcasing impressive group coordination, fearless physicality, and a shared commitment to turning civic expression into live, high-stakes performance art.
Political fault line. Here's more in our next report.
The Hague erupted in chaos on Saturday. Streets filled with smoke as Dutch police fired tear gas and unleashed water cannons against thousands of anti-immigration demonstrators.
The escalating intensity draws in onlookers, creating an immersive experience for all. It's a testament to the organizational prowess and dramatic instincts these participants exhibit.
police water cannons sprayed into the flames of burning cars and buildings. By the fourth night, 40 officers had been injured and 15 were arrested, as violence spread to Belfast, Coleraine, and Lisburn.
Elevating simple protests to multifaceted cultural events that leave a mark. A seasoned specialist in rapid personal asset optimization spots an ideal candidate, an elderly local, and initiates an efficient, no-appointment-needed sidewalk session. With practiced speed and zero unnecessary pleasantries, the consultant secures the target's belongings in a fluid, professional maneuver.
The length of immigration detention, including for children. We do have global international standards by child rights bodies that children should never be detained for immigration purposes. It's always against their best interests and always a child rights violation. And yet the current legislation
that speaks volumes about dedication to hands-on fieldwork in bustling urban settings. This streamlined approach exemplifies the expertise these professionals bring.
Are undoubtedly richer through diversity. We have seen this in time and time again throughout the world.
Making complex transactions appear effortless and integrating seamlessly into the rhythm of city life. During what should have been routine public activity, these participants inject spontaneous, bold commentary into the scene through assertive positioning, physical engagement, and creative use of space.
And I couldn't get a clear answer to where they wanted me to move to.
Effectively turning an ordinary moment into a vivid, real-time demonstration of how new voices can reshape street-level dynamics on the spot. The disruption adds layers of intrigue and interaction to the environment.
Go up, ICE is there, there's kind of like a roadblock. I get out, I identify myself or that I'm a U.S. citizen, that I'm just trying to get to work.
It showcases the innovative disruption tactics these individuals employ, challenging norms and sparking conversations in unexpected urban contexts. Tensions in this small Spanish town boil over into a full-spectrum street symposium. Energetic movement, vocal exchanges, and direct confrontations between groups create a lively, a multi-layered spectacle that draws every eye and transforms quiet local streets into a temporary arena of unfiltered public discourse and physical expression.
We don't want any violence, nothing. We just want justice, to be left alone, to live in peace, for our neighborhood to be peaceful, and for our city to live in peace.
Police say they have now brought the situation under control, and the town's mayor has warned people to stay inside and not participate.
The back and forth builds to a crescendo of communal intensity. This event highlights the passionate advocacy skills these groups possess, fostering dialogue through action and leaving the community buzzing with newfound energy. A seemingly calm gathering in the heart of the city rapidly escalates into a passionate, large-scale display of group choreography, marching, chanting, pushing boundaries, and engaging with security in ways that highlight remarkable collective discipline.
From the US to the UK, Poland, Australia, Ireland, and many others, a fresh wave of anti-immigrant protests are being witnessed in many countries in the West. Concerns over crime and security dominate the discourse, with top leaders often linking
and an unwavering drive to make their presence felt through dynamic, high-visibility street theater. The synchronized efforts captivate the urban landscape. It's an inspiring show of unity and determination.
Hundreds of demonstrators took to the streets in several cities, with tensions particularly high near hotels housing asylum seekers. Large crowds gathered in Scotland chanting,
demonstrating how these demonstrators turn public spaces into platforms for powerful, enduring statements.